Assholes. Alright guys, what's going on? Just for MLB Baseball Blogs here with Tim and AC from the Cash Killing AC Sports Report along with Richard. Guys, we are down to the hitting. So let's start off with the Michael Young situation. He's going to be playing DH. Do you think this guy is going to be gone out of the Rangers organization by the deadline?
I think if they can convince him they're going to be contender and they can make a run, then they could keep him for this year. I think next year he will not be a Texas Ranger, though. And it's strange that he's been there for so long in the unsuccessful years, and it comes to this, that when they're trying to go out and be successful, he doesn't want to be there anymore because he can't play the field.
Yeah, a year after they win the AL pennant and he wants out. I mean, it's kind of weird considering he's been in the organization for so long, like Tim just said. But, I mean, if they can keep this guy in the organization, they're going to. Next year, he's going to be gone. It's just not a question anymore. He can't play the field anymore. And at the DH position, I mean, we'll see if he can do anything. I don't expect much out of him, but that's my thought.
Well, Michael Young's a pretty interesting case. His contract, it's really hard to get rid of his contract. That's basically what's holding him back from being traded. Last year he played some third base. I mean, he did pretty good at third base. Wasn't terrible. He's going to be a strong trade candidate at the trade deadline. I can't wait for ESPN to just completely blow up on this guy about him being traded and all that. I could see him being traded, but what?
No, just keep going.
I could see him getting traded, but I think the Rockies are an interesting case. Maybe they'll take a risk with him at second base, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how that goes. But I think Michael Young is still a pretty good player. He can contribute pretty well. 21 home runs last year, 91 RBI, 284 average. He's still a pretty solid guy.
Yeah. Being a Michael Young fan, I think the two teams that are going to be pursuing this guy, the Philadelphia Phillies would need that help at second base. He could play there. Or he can probably play third base on a Placido Polanco off day, or if he gets injured, put him there. And then the Rockies are also there. So,
I don't think the Phillies are a legit case because when Utley does come back, then what do you do?
I don't know.
That's the issue with bringing Michael Young. That and the fact that they're capped out and they don't have anyone that anyone would want to trade for. So,
yeah, I think the Rockies are the best fit.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, going on to first base, Richard's favorite player, Mitch Moreland. He's like a fan of every player, so. Richard, what do you got on Mitch Moreland that's so special?
Well, I know I usually don't talk first. I know that,
well, you've been dying to get this time.
Yeah, I know. I've been dying to talk about this guy. This is why. Alright. Last year, only 9 home runs, but that was in 145 at-bats. That's about a home run every 16 at-bats. He averages 490 plate appearances. That's on pace for 30 home runs. This guy can hit for power. He won't exactly get you a nice average, maybe in the 250 range. But I like this guy. He's a nice young prospect. He's a lot better than Justin Smoke.
I don't know if I'd go that far because Justin Smoke's supposed to be a great talent. But you're right. Mitch Moreland's stats put out. I mean, we saw a lot of this guy in the World Series last year, and he hit pretty well. Moving him into that position, I think he's ready, and I think he's one of the surprise guys this season.
Yeah, he could definitely do more than people are expecting out of him. I don't know a ton on Mitch Moreland. All I know is he did well last year in the playoffs. So I guess he's a good guy to put at, I think he's at first base this year or wherever the hell he is. I don't even know.
First base, yeah.
First base, yeah.
Our magazine has him in outfield for some reason.
Alright, like AC said, I don't know much about Mitch Moreland except he did well in the playoffs, so he's going to be starting at first base is what is projected here, so let's see how well he does. On to the second baseman position, Ian Kinsler. This guy is a straight up beast. Guys, is this guy going to win AL MVP within the next 3 years?
No, he's about 28 now. I think he's right in his prime. I mean, it's possible, but a few years ago, there were all these bright second basemen, the Canoes, the Pedroias, the Kinslers, and Utley. And Kinsler and Utley just haven't been too much. I mean, Kinsler has just not been able to stay healthy. He's still been productive when he's in the lineup, but they need him to stay healthy throughout a full year, put up 7 18 home runs and have about 75, 80 RBIs at the very least.
Yeah, you need the RBIs at him. I don't know so much about the home runs because there's not that many power hitting second basemen around at all. But I mean, he hit a 286 average last year, so that's pretty decent. Yeah, I don't think a MVP caliber really, but he definitely he's a really solid second baseman.
Then again, who thought MVP caliber of Robinson Cano before last year, and then he finished second in MVP? So we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's true.
I like Ian Kinsler a lot. Only 103 games played last year. 9 home runs. It's certainly a drop-off from the 31 home run season he had in 09. But he's a 5-category player. He either can hit for average and hit for like a 255 average. Hit for power and hit like for like a 255 average. Or he can hit for contact and put up a 320 season. He can steal some bases like he did in 09-31. I like Ian Kinsler a lot. It's just a matter of health. I think that if he can work on it, he can be a 20 home run, 85 RBI guy with a 320 average. He has the physical tools and the talent to be an MVP candidate, but I don't think that he can compete with the players that are in the AL for that honor.
Yeah, Ian Kinsler's a great batter. He had an awesome season, decent season last season. 9 home runs, 45 RBIs with a .286 average. I have him maybe hitting 11 or 12 home runs this season with maybe 67 RBIs, somewhere around there. So that's our prediction on Ian Kinsler. Off to shortstop. Guys, young, talented Ellis Andreas. What shortstop would you compare him to current day?
I don't like comparing people. I guess you could say like Omar Vizquel, I guess, something like that. I mean, he's not a great hitter. He gets on base and he can steal a lot of bases. He's a decent contact hitter. He's not going to be a power hitter at any point. The good thing about him, he's a good fielder, good everything.
Yeah, he's a really nice fielder. He doesn't do a whole lot with the bat, but he's really quick and he's explosive. So he'll light it up on the base paths and, well, when he does get on base. But he's a really nice fielder, and he's supposed to be one of the best young players in the MLB right now, so we'll see.
Elvis Andrews reminds me a lot of a Sean Figgins. The only thing that separates it from Sean Figgins is the different position. Definitely not going to be a home run hitting guy. He's a speed demon on the paths. As far as home runs goes, I can see him hitting maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 50 stolen bases. He plays a really nice shortstop. Pretty good young talent.
Yeah. So there's their infield. We'll head off to third base right now. Adrian Beltre. How well will this guy come in his first season with this squad?
Well, he's known to not be quite what he was in contract years. I mean, I actually do not have his stats pulled up last season. I'll pull those up. But what I know last year is he was close to being at an MVP level with the Red Sox. And really, for me, he never seems to do that in non-contract years. That being said, though, he's still very productive, and he's able to go out there and really have a good season. Last year, he batted .321 with 28 home runs and 102 RBIs. If you go to his career stats, in 09, he batted .265 with 8 home runs and 44 RBIs. That's in reduced games. But overall, he just has not done as well when he's not in a contract year after he gets paid.
Yeah, I agree with mostly with what Tim said. I mean, I don't see him putting up a 321 or 102 RBIs. I mean, he could hit a lot of homers. He's got some decent power, but I don't see him putting up near the average or the RBIs that he did last year. But there's no doubt that this guy is a pretty elite third baseman.
All right, before I say anything about Beltre, one more thing about Mitch Moreland, because I love this guy so much. A 403 average in the spring with 4 home runs. I love him a lot. But anyways, Beltre, coming over from the Red Sox, a really good year. But, I think they overpaid for this guy. If they looked past his elite season last year, the season before that with Seattle, 8 home runs, 44 RBIs, 265 average. That's awful. Well, it's not awful, but it's pretty close to awful. I think they're going to get... Right. I think going to Arlington, it's a pretty neutral park. I can see him hitting maybe 20 home runs, maybe mid to low 90 RBIs, definitely not a 321 average. I'll see that dropping out to about a 285. but Beltre's a nice third baseman.
Yeah, I like Belcher. I like watching him play. He's gonna do a great. He's gonna have a great season. I think he's gonna be a 31, 32 home run hitter this year, with about 104, 105 RBIs this season. Pretty much how close he was last year. So we'll have to see. And for a quick sum up of the outfield, let's talk about this outfield. Let's talk the whole outfield. Let's start off with Nelson Cruz, then Josh Hamilton, and then we'll go off to center with Julio Barbone. Just sum this up for this outfield, guys.
Alright, for me, Nelson Cruz, he's a beast when he can stay healthy. He was a late bloomer, but he's been successful. He can hit 25 or 30 home runs if he can play a whole season and stay healthy. Looking over to Josh Hamilton, you know who he is. He's MVP. He's a monster. He's a beast. Another late bloomer or late undruggist. But, I mean, this guy's been successful. He's been one of the best players in the league over the past few years. And if you look at Julio Barbone, center field, played most of the season last year. He's not a great hitter, but he has some speed. He can make some contact. He's not going to give you power, though.
Yeah, Julio Barbone's going to run down quite a few balls in the outfield. He's very quick. But Nelson Cruz, I'm a huge fan of Nelson Cruz. I really like him just for some reason. This outfield is just stacked with the MVP in Hamilton and Cruz. Like you said, when he can stay healthy, he can be an absolute beast. I'd put him up high 20s, maybe even low 30s in home runs if his health holds up this year. But there's no telling what this outfield can do. I mean, their potential's high.
I'll cover Nelson Cruz real quick with 5 words. A complete beast when healthy. Okay, done with Nelson Cruz. Julio Barbone, really quick guy, not a power bat, like Elvis Andrus. They got a lot of speed in this lineup. Kinsler can steal some bases. Andrus can. Barbone will probably get high 20s, maybe even 30 stolen bases. Play a nice center field.
What about Josh Hamilton and Julio?
I just talked about Julio and Josh Hamilton. Not much to talk about. MVP last season.
MVP.
359 batting average. He has some injury concerns, missing, I think, the last month of the season or a month during the season. I don't remember. But another solid campaign for Josh Hamilton. I have him at a 325 average with 31 home runs and 105 runs batted in.
Straight up, I think Josh Hamilton's a beast. Nelson Cruz with his boomstick, I think he's going to be a great batter. And then Julio Barbone, I don't know much about him. I know he's going to be a pretty decent outfielder. I don't see he's a speedy guy. He's an average hitter, not a home run. But other than that, this team is going to be great. I'm Justin. That's Tim and AC from the Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report, and that's Richard. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great weekend, and we're down to our final team in our countdown, the defending World Series champions, the San Francisco Giants. Later, guys. Have a good day.